So, targeting.
Okay.
I hate targeting. It bothers me because I don't know, I've heard so many different things about how big the audience is supposed to be, all
Yeah.
that. So how do you want to do this?
Okay, so
What
the
would be
main
the best?
thing you want help with is dialing in your targeting or just general questions about targeting? Okay, cool.
Yeah. I want to help with dialing in my targeting. So I can show you what, I don't know how I
Yeah,
can show
share your
you.
screen and let's pull up your ads manager. Let's check that out.
Is that it? Oh
I
yeah.
think you can just click edit on any of them and it'll pull it up and then we'll find the targeting in there.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you have to go in the top where it says all US. I think you have to click that. That's where the targeting is living.
So I have three drill down, well, four, I guess.
Throughout, yeah, like
Four
levels. Okay.
drill down levels. So, right. So my thought
Christian
is people
influencers.
that they follow, right?
Okay, yeah.
So if they're following Christian people, they tend to be Christian, not necessarily.
Yeah.
If they're following Christian people. So this is for my course teaching professional Christian women. So I'm trying to target professional Christian women. That's what I'm trying to target.
Okay, yeah.
Who are ambitious and actually want to grow in their careers in doing so. So I went for the Christian people they might follow and who have large female audiences, right? So TD Jakes did a lot with them, Priscilla Shire, blah, blah, blah.
Cool.
And then I went to some like industry stuff. So my first thing was like Christian people they follow. The second goal was like industry things that would kind of indicate that they are, professional Christian women. Professionals who are looking for.
Yeah.
They have a profile on LinkedIn.
Okay. Yeah. That's good.
And then the third was just kind of some of their like shopping habits. Like she might be into some hiking stuff. She may or may not, but just interested in that. And then the fourth one, I just think I did Christianity. I don't know why. I think I added this one because when I took that away, it was like 2 million people.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna let you peruse and think for a second. I gotta go.
Yeah, take off the non-denominational Christianity. I just want to see that. I want to see that.
If I take it off now, will that affect?
You can add it back on, like if
Okay.
I think the direction you're going for the targeting is totally fine, and I think you can, if you want to, you can discard this draft. At the bottom it says discard draft, and then it won't like make any changes because this one's obviously approved, But usually what I do. So there's a couple different strategies with Facebook targeting. One of them is going super broad and letting Facebook do the work. This works better than most people think. Facebook is like really smart about this stuff, but you have to make sure your pixel is dialed in. So do you remember when you did this, when you set the ad, what was the campaign goal? Is it conversions? Oh, okay, cool. So I honestly...
But do you see like am I in the right thing?
Yeah, where it said like, hey, we haven't had any.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, so what you kind of want to need, or you need to do with conversions, you have to be willing to just burn money for a little bit, which is unfortunate. But I honestly would probably go for the more broad audience. I would not go to the, I would go like way more broad. Like take off the non-denominational, because I feel like with those speakers, you're pretty much kind of dialing it in.
Yeah.
And I would go more broad and let Facebook do its thing for a little bit, and just know that, hey, it's going to take some time before it starts figuring out who are the people who are going to click and who are going to go to the next page. I have seen people do like a traffic campaign first, so Facebook can kind of get some of that data and then switch it to conversions. But I've done it this way, like the way you're doing it as well. Just go straight for the conversions. So under website, it says view content. Click the X next to that. Let's see what other options it gives us here. Oh yeah, do lead. Sweet. That's it. Okay, so now that ad is going to be optimized for leads, because it's not, you don't want just the people who go on your page and leave. You want the people who go on your page and get to that second page. That's when that lead pixel is going to fire.
Okay. And you said that was set up on the...
That was set up. I checked it. You're good to go.
Okay.
So now it will hopefully start performing a little better, but give it some time.
Okay.
And I would go a little more broad on the audience, like I said.
This 970, I mean, this 900.
Yeah, I think that's good, just to let Facebook do its magic for a little bit, because they will figure out who's a lead and who are the people who are leads, or like people who will click through 30 million. It'll figure that out and they'll start targeting more of those people, but it takes some time. The only downside of doing like a big list of people, you don't really know like who isn't, like if I advertise a Dave Ramsey, is it bringing my ad costs up, or is it bringing my, like Dave Ramsey could be more expensive than TD Jakes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the only downside. But so I have seen another strategy where you just create one ad and it's like, this is the Dave Ramsey plus all those other things, and this one's the TD Jakes. But that method, you have to create 1 million ads, and then like they all have different targets, and you're running probably $5 a day on all those, so it can add up really quickly. So there is one tool that I just signed up for that connects to your Facebook ad account, and it actually will take an ad like you have now, and it'll show you the breakdown of how much each, like which one's converting well and how much each one costs and all those things. So if you're interested in that, I can send you info about that tool. It's like it's just like a one-time payment type tool. But I've been messing with that lately just to like help bring the ad cost down. Because sometimes you don't know, like, I mean, we could probably guess. Actually, one thing you could do, Julia, is exclude California and New York on your ad. Unless you really I really want to work with people in California and New York. Those are the most expensive states. So you go up, I think it's above this in the location area.
Okay.
Right here, yeah, click include, and then you'll change it to exclude. And then do California, and you just have to do them individually. California, enter. New York, enter. I've been doing that lately on my ads, and it'll bring my ad cost down like 50 cents to $1 just by doing just that. So you can always add them in later on, or like do one just for, you might find, hey, New York is where my ideal audience lives, but
never had anybody from New York. Oh,
New York, yeah. Nice.
Okay.
That'll help bring the cost down, just because those states are just more expensive for some reason. And let's look through your audience as well really quick, and see if there's any it's hard to say oh, this one I think is going to be more expensive than others.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of stuff in the business realm is John Maxwell might be slightly more. I always think about what are the people that people are always what are the things that are really common that a lot of other advertisers are thinking of. Not a lot of advertisers are probably targeting Apostle John, but a lot of people are probably targeting Joel Osteen, John Maxwell. Basically, the higher the number, when you hover over it, Joel Osteen is 16 million, I mean, there's probably a lot more people thinking about him as targeting him for ads. So you can always mess around with deleting some of those higher people and going a little bit more niche to bring your ad cost down. And then the only other thing you don't have in this, because this is a higher ticket offer.
This actually, it's $9.97. So this one is not, this is not my 10K offer. This one is $9.97.
Okay. The only thing you don't have in here is a income targeting, which you can do, and Facebook has some.
I thought they stopped doing that. You couldn't target income anymore.
So what I do, there's different ways to target income, which you kind of have the brands and where they shop, which is good. I think they still have car data in there, so you can actually put in the car they own is worth, 20,000 or more or something like that, or that's one that I do a lot.
The car they
Or I
own?
think it's scroll down so I can see it. I think it's automobile. Maybe if you type in that, it should come up. Or type auto, AUTO, and see. Vehicle, maybe? I always forget the word. There's like some keyword and it'll pop up. Oh wait, actually maybe purchase behavior at the bottom. There's some really random ones in here, so I always like to look through them and see if there's any that are like, oh, that sounds good. Okay, so it's not this one. Actually, more categories. Try that one. In demographics, yeah. Okay, do financial, income. You could try one of those, but it's hard because I don't really know the percentage. Like, I don't know what the top 10 or the top 25, what that equals. I have to remember, I have an ad that I have that's running with this on it, or it was running. So I have to look it up and see what it is. It's something, it was like owns vehicle, and then you could say like under 10, or like over 10,000, over 20,000, over 30,000. So I used to do this on all my stuff just because it was easier than doing the income range. I would just do like the car, but I think what you're doing now is targeting those more like the brands, you know. I think that works as well.
And I don't think I'm like, when I think about her, I'm like, the people that I'm thinking about, I don't know if this is smart or not, but I'm thinking about, okay, the people who will be willing to stair step, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People who will go, oh, okay, this was $9.97. Oh, I see, you know, I could go higher if I found it valuable.
Yeah. You know what you could do? I always like to think about what are other things that they're interested in, but that they are buying from. Like I was doing some ads to photographers, right? But I wanted to target photographers who are willing to spend money on something. So I targeted like an education website that I knew was like a subscription, you know, like.
Yes. Clothing subscriptions like Stitch Fix.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Stitch Fix or.
The Tote and Madam or Ma'am.
Yeah. You could do like clothing subscriptions.
Yeah. How do I find, like, are they demographics? Like where would.
You would probably go narrow further. Oh, if you want to put it in this one. Actually, I would put it in a narrow further. Okay. Because it's kind of like showing like, okay, if they're interested in Stitch Fix, like, I mean, they might not be a customer, but they're looking into things that are like luxury.
Nope. The Tote is another one.
Or you could even do those like meal box services, like HelloFresh. You know, like she's a busy woman. She's maybe looking into these meal subscription services, like those type of things too. That could be cool.
So we're down to 100,000 people.
Okay.
Or 120 would it be?
220? Cool. I mean, I feel like that's that's a lot of people still. I feel like that's pretty good. And that category is like, hey, these are people who are looking at these extra things in life, you know, like they have a little money to even be considering a subscription type product. $9.97 is not going to be out of reach.
Yeah. Subscription. Yeah.
Let's see. Cool. Well, I think that's good.
So we are at 330.
I think that's a good number. Yeah. Like some people are like, get it as small as possible. Lately I've seen lower cost by going broad and letting Facebook have some time to like burn some money a little bit.
Oh, how much time?
It really depends, but I would give it at least a week without touching it, you know? Like it's really tempting to touch it and like change things. But I would give it at least 5 to 7 days just to like just see, unless it's like costing you a ton of money. I would kind of just let it run and let it kind of figure out who's, you know, opting in type of thing. Also, do you have an email list or anything from previous people who have opted into anything you've done? Or because you could always upload that as an audience on Facebook. Have you messed around with any like the audience? That's another cool thing you can do. So I would publish this one because this one's kind of like going out to these interests, right?
Yeah.
But
So
if you have
to this interest, and then we exclude California and New York.
Yeah, you could even scroll up to the top actually. Up at the very top. I would rename it just so it's easy to remember. Because right now it says all US.
Yes.
So I'll probably rename that. Be like,
I don't know what the name of these things.
I always just put like the kind of the targeting and then the date or something like that. So you could say, CA NYC broad audience or something. Because that way when you're testing stuff, you can really easily see like, sweet. So yeah, I would publish that one. And then if you have an email list of like your customers, people who have, you could do one of two ways. You could do just people who have opted in, or you could do just people who have like bought something. You could kind of two lists. You could upload those to Facebook, and then Facebook can actually create a lookalike audience based on those. Like if they can connect those emails with people on Facebook, Facebook can actually create like a 1 million person lookalike audience based on that, like those people you upload.
How do you upload that?
Okay, so over in like up here, there's like this all tools section. You go to audiences right there. And then
all tools.
Yeah, all tools. There's all these tools that the audiences right there. And then you basically say create audience, and you can do custom or lookalike. But I would do custom all the time, basically, if you have an email list. And this is where you can make some cool audiences. So you can say, hey, I want to make an audience of people who've visited my website. Or you could say, I want to make an audience of people who have opted in. Like you can literally upload, or import from MailChimp, or upload a CSV stuff.
Okay, wait, that is customer file.
Customer file, yeah.
To import from MailChimp.
Yep. And then the cool thing is once you import that list, what is this? Once you import that list, you can create, so like I had this giveaway we did. So I imported this list. Where is it? Right here.
Yeah.
And it was like, 14,000 people or something like that were opted in. Yeah. But then Facebook took that, and you can create a lookalike audience. So they created this like 1%, which is basically like the most like these people based on like all these people's interests and things like that. They made a lookalike audience here that's 2 million people. You can import right from MailChimp, but I like just uploaded like a CSV. Let's see if I even have any in here. What is this? Oh, that's my Kingdom funnel people who have opted in. So I could go Kingdom Entrepreneurs. All right. And then, you have to select the origin. This is just like legal stuff. So you would be like, I got this directly from customers. And then basically here you map the things. So like this is their name. So I say that is their name. This is their email. This I don't upload. This you could, if you have a field in your thing that says like the price they paid. Okay, well that's really all I would do. So there is usually, I think you have to select a different thing, but there's one that put like value. So if you have customers who pay a higher price or something, like it could track that. But you basically say upload and create. It uploads, and then right after it uploads, see it made the audience right there. You click this create a lookalike audience. And then you say the source is this list. You say, hey, maybe I only want to do United States. And then this is kind of how big do you want the audience, right? So you can like literally kind of dial it in. Like I want the most close lookalike, or I want a really broad lookalike, Sometimes you can even go click this advanced, and it can make like multiple. So you could test, okay, I want to test the 1%, the 2%, 5%, I usually just do the one, just create that. And that it takes some time for it to populate basically, but this will be cool. Next time Pedro does a challenge, I'll try and run an ad to this lookalike audience. We'll see what happens,
Yeah.
I learned this at Funnel Hacking Live, and it was like a big breakthrough. When you're running ads, when you're putting in all those targeting, like Joyce Myers, Dave Ramsey, you're paying Facebook for that like knowledge. But if you already have your audience filtered and you don't have to put in any targeting, you can actually do a reach campaign instead of like optimizing for conversions. Basically, if you have a list of people who have already converted, and you make a lookalike audience, why pay Facebook for conversions? You could just do a reach campaign. Just say, send this to everyone on this list, basically. And it gets your ad cost down really low because you're not paying Facebook to filter it, because you've already filtered it through your website. Like, you already know these are my people. So one thing you could do for your site is create an audience like this, hit custom audience, and do website traffic. And then you put in your pixel here. So, if I want to do the Kingdom of Entrepreneurs, I would do all website visitors within the past, 3 days. And I would name it Kingdom Entrepreneurs 3-day window or something like that. And that way you could actually create a Facebook ad just for those people. I did this at Funnel Hacking Live. So I made this video like, hey guys, like thanks so much for entering the giveaway. I was like literally sitting at the table. I was encouraging people to share it again because they got more prizes that they shared basically. So then in your targeting here, you don't have to put in any targeting, you just put in that list.
Right.
Or you would put in, your people who visited your website. And then in the objective, you put reach. And then when you have a reach objective, you can literally tell Facebook, like, show this to people. Where is it? Right here. Show this to people once per day you could say every day. And so for 3 days, every single day, they would see a video from you like, hey, just, if you don't want to, like, if you want to just do once, then they put like one every 7 days and it'll only show up to them once.
That was great.
Cool.
You can upload this into the group if you think it'll help. I think it was.
Sweet. Okay, cool. I'm sure it'll help people.
Especially about the lookalike and all that stuff. So yeah, go ahead. I'm fine with that.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Julia. Well, we'll talk soon. I'm excited to see how this turns out. What's up, you guys? So I want to share with you a very quick tool, very simple tool, but very powerful tool that you can use in conjunction with your Facebook advertising to really dial in your interest and lower your ad costs overall. So it's called Connect.io or Connect.io, I think is how it's said. If you're running Facebook ads, this is a must-have because Facebook is super smart, right? Facebook, you can put in all these interests. You can put in like tons of different lines of interest, but sometimes you run these things and you don't really know, okay, like if I target this thing or this thing or this thing, which one is really driving up my cost? Which one's driving down my cost? Which one's converting well? All those things. So what this tool does, it connects with your Facebook ad account. It's going to show you more interest that you might not have thought about. And then it's also going to break down your ads as they run and show you what's working and what's not. So this is just an example. I'm running an ad right now, but I put it in here. Basically, you can select your ad account, you select your campaign, ad set, select the specific ad. You click show stats. And look at this, it breaks it out. I have 4 interests on this one because I'm targeting Amazon users. So I have Amazon Echo, Amazon.com, Kindle, and Fire TV. Facebook doesn't let you really see this type of data, which is awesome. So it breaks this down and I can see that I'm getting the most impressions from this one, Amazon.com. It has 122 clicks just from that one. And my cost per click on that is only 8 cents. My ad level, when I look at the data on Facebook, I'm paying about 12 to 15 cents. So I can see right in this breakdown that Amazon Echo is actually the troublemaker that's driving my ad costs up. So what I can do, which is really sweet, is in Connect.io, I can just click delete right on there. So this is connected to my Facebook ad account. I can literally click delete right there and it's going to connect to my Facebook ad account. I don't even have to go in there and it's going to update that ad. And this tool will literally break down all that data for you, show you what's working, what's not, what's costing you money, what's getting clicks, what's not. And so you can really dial it in. Really, really cool tool. That's the breakdown tool. But then the other thing that I've been using it for is audience search. What you do here is you set your ad account, you set your marketplace, and then you can search for a keyword, right? So I was talking to someone earlier today who was running an ad, and this was one of like the things that she was targeting, right? So Dave Ramsey. So you could add a bunch of them. You could add more here, but I'm just going to do one just so you can see. Right here, it shows your search results. So this is going to show anything that's related to Dave Ramsey. It's going to show the audience size. So this is the main one, but this is a little bit more niche one. It's their TV show program, which they run on Facebook Live. But I'm going to do this main one just so you can see. And I'm going to click Show Selected. This brings up this little thing. You could actually, create a project out of this. So you can save all this data. But then you're going to click here. And right now I could apply this to my ad set if I'm building an ad set on here. Or I can click Show Suggestions. Now this is where the tool gets really powerful because it actually will show related interests that you might not have thought about. So yeah, check this out. You can scroll down here and not all these are related. And actually I see some things on here that are related to other ads that I'm running right now on this account. So I think it's showing things that might work related to this, but also related to other things. But you could go through here and look for a little bit more niche, things like maybe you find this one, maybe you are like, hey, they might also might be interested in wealth management. They might also be a small business owner. They might have read Rich Dad Poor Dad. So this is going to help give you ideas. And the cool thing is you can just click all these, the ones you want to add, and you can literally add them right to your ad on this software, basically. So it connects to your ad account and you don't even have to go into Facebook. You can just click here, add it all, come back here, check it, see what's working, delete what's not working, optimize as you go. So it's just a really cool way to create ads quickly or create targeting quickly and then optimize them over time by deleting things that aren't working or things that are driving your costs up. So yeah, I just want to share this quick video, Connect.io, super cool tool. I don't know anything out there like it. It's a one-time payment tool too, which in this world of internet marketing, everything is a subscription. This is a one-time payment, $197. For me, that was a no-brainer. It's like, this is going to save me so much money on Facebook advertising. I was like, sweet. The thing is, when you do sign up for them, it's $197 one-time charge, and then they have this whole suite of tools. The one I was just showing you is Connect Explore, and it's kind of like ClickFunnels where they automatically subscribe you to all the other things. So you sign up for $197, and in 30 days you get these tools for free for 30 days. If you want to use these tools, they're also powerful, but I haven't personally messed with them. I'm mostly interested in this one. I'm not interested in subscribing to another thing right now. So pay for this one, set a calendar alert, and then cancel the subscription basically before you hit the 30 days if you don't need these other tools. And then it's just a one-time payment of $197 and you keep this tool forever. So awesome stuff, you guys. Just want to share this and hopefully it helps you out in your Facebook targeting journey.